You already know what you need to do. That's the part nobody talks about. You're not confused or lacking information or waiting for the right strategy to finally appear. You know exactly which actions would change your life if you did them consistently. You've known for months, probably years. The book you should write is outlined in your head. The workout you should do is saved on your phone. The conversation you've been avoiding has been scripted and rehearsed 100 times in the shower. And yet, here you are, still waiting for something. Not knowledge, because you have that. Not opportunity, because opportunities have come and gone while you hesitated. You're waiting for discipline to feel like something other than what it actually feels like. You're waiting for it to get easier. And that wait is where your life is going to die if you don't understand what discipline actually is and why your current relationship with it guarantees failure. Nietzsche saw that modern people have a fundamentally broken understanding of what it means to build a self. They think discipline is a resource you either have or you don't, like height or eye color. Some people were blessed with willpower and others weren't, and if you fall into the second category, the best you can do is find hacks and workarounds and hope motivation strikes often enough to carry you through. This understanding is not just wrong, but catastrophically wrong in a way that ensures you'll never become what you're capable of becoming. Discipline isn't something you have. It's something you build through the very actions you're avoiding because you think you need discipline to do them. The circularity isn't a trap. It's the entire point. Every time you choose the hard thing over the easy thing, you're not just completing a task. You're constructing a self that chooses hard things. Every time you keep a promise to yourself when no one's watching and breaking it would have no external consequences. You're building an identity as someone who keeps promises. This is what Nietzsche meant by self-overcoming. You are not a fixed entity with a predetermined amount of willpower that depletes and refills like a battery. You are a process, constantly being shaped by your own choices. The person who avoids discipline isn't preserving energy. They're actively constructing a self that avoids difficulty. They're getting better and better at being someone who quits. And they don't even realize that this is a skill they're developing with every comfortable choice they make. The reason discipline feels so hard isn't that you're weak. It's that you've been practicing weakness with religious consistency. Every time you hit snooze, you get slightly better at hitting snooze. Every time you scroll instead of working, you strengthen the neural pathway that reaches for distraction when effort is required. Every time you break a commitment to yourself because you don't feel like honoring it, you deepen the groove that makes future commitments meaningless. You've been training, just not in the direction you wanted. Nietzsche understood that human beings are always becoming something. The question isn't whether you'll be shaped by your choices, but what shape you're creating. Right now, your shape is being determined by defaults you never consciously chose, and those defaults are not on your side. The transformation happens when you stop waiting for discipline to feel good and start understanding that the resistance is the point. The discomfort you feel when you choose the hard path isn't a sign that something's wrong. It's the feeling of becoming someone new. Nietzsche compared this to a snake shedding its skin. The process isn't comfortable because you're literally leaving behind an old version of yourself that doesn't fit anymore. The version of you that hits snooze, that breaks promises, that chooses ease over effort, that self has to die for the new self to emerge. And it won't go quietly. It will flood you with rationalizations and excuses and very convincing arguments for why today should be an exception. This is the moment that matters, not whether you feel motivated, but whether you act anyway. People think they need to feel like doing something before they can do it. They wait for inspiration, for energy, for the stars to align and the resistance to dissolve. Nietzsche would have seen this as a slave mentality, letting your emotional states dictate your actions as though feelings are masters and you are their servant. The free person reverses this relationship. They act first and let the feelings follow or not follow. It doesn't matter. They understand that motivation is a result of action, not a prerequisite for it. You don't wait until you feel like running to go for a run. You go for the run and discover that the feeling of being a runner emerges from the running itself. You build the identity through the behavior rather than waiting for the identity to magically appear and make the behavior easy. There's something else hidden in your avoidance of discipline that you probably don't want to look at. Staying undisciplined keeps you safe from a specific kind of pain, the pain of discovering your actual limits. As long as you never fully commit to anything, you can always tell yourself you would have succeeded if you'd really tried. Your potential remains untested and therefore infinite in your imagination. Discipline threatens this comfortable fantasy. If you actually give everything to a project and it fails, you lose the excuse. You have to face what you're actually capable of, rather than what you might hypothetically be capable of in some alternate universe where you tried. Nietzsche saw that most people choose comfortable uncertainty over uncomfortable truth. They'd rather wonder what they could have been than know what they actually are. This is cowardice dressed up as patience. The strategy isn't complicated. You don't need a system or an app or an accountability partner, though none of those things are harmful. What you need is to make one small promise to yourself today and keep it no matter what. Not because the action itself matters, but because the keeping of the promise is how you rebuild trust with yourself. You've broken that trust hundreds of times. Every unkept commitment eroded your own belief that your word means anything. Now, when you tell yourself you'll do something, part of you already knows you probably won't, because history has taught you that you're not someone who follows through. The only way to reverse this is through accumulated evidence in the other direction. One kept promise, then another, until a new pattern emerges and a new self is constructed on the foundation of that pattern. Nietzsche imagined a test for whether you're living correctly. He called it eternal recurrence. Imagine you had to live your exact life, with every choice you've made, repeating forever with no variation. Every instance of avoidance, every broken promise, every time you chose comfort over growth, looping endlessly for eternity. Could you bear it? Could you want it? If the answer is no, then something needs to change. And the change isn't going to come from outside you. It's not going to come from better circumstances, or more information, or finally finding the right productivity hack. It's going to come from deciding, right now, that you're done building a self you can't respect. The next choice you make is either a brick in the wall of who you're becoming, or another crack in a foundation that's already failing. Discipline isn't something you find. It's something you become, one uncomfortable choice at a time, starting with the one in front of you right now.